Welcome to our next lesson. Let us proceed with our topic, that is statistical calculations. As I said, that you can find this topic in your textbook, that is Maths Book 2, page 111. Now, by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to calculate the mean, median, and mode when the data is presented in a frequency table. I hope you know frequency tables. Remember, in our previous lesson, we had to calculate the mean, median, and mode when the data was presented in a form of a list or in a list form. However, in this lesson, the data will be presented in a frequency table, and we are going to see how we can calculate the mean, median, mode, and range. Now, here we have example. Example says this frequency table shows the number of sweets in 15 packets of the same brand. Calculate the mean, median, range, and model numbers of sweets in a packet. Let us repeat. This frequency table, have you seen the table? That is the frequency table. Shows the number of sweets in 15 packets of the same brand. Calculate the mean, median, range, and model numbers of sweets in a packet. We know how to calculate the mean, and we know how to find the median, and so we know how to calculate the range, as well as we know how to find the mode. So here we have a frequency table, and this frequency table has two columns. The first one is that of number of sweets, and the second one is that of frequency. So under frequency we have the number of packets, while the first column we have the number of sweets. So we can interpret this table by saying, let us go to the first row. We have 2 under frequency. It means that there are out of 15 packets, 2 packets have 20 sweets. The second one we have 4. It means that 4 packets, out of 15 packets, 4 packets have 21 sweets. And the third one, out of 15 packets, 8 packets have 22 sweets. And out of 15 packets, 1 packet has 23 sweets. That's how we can interpret this frequency table. Our work is to find or to calculate the mean, median, range, and model numbers of sweets in a packet. So let us start with the mean. The formula for mean is the same. In this case, the number of values will be the sum of values will be the sum of all sweets. That means we are going to find the total number of sweets divided by the number of packets. That is the values under frequency. Those are the number of packets. So our numerator will be the sum of all sweets, and our denominator will be the number of packets. So we can find the sum of all sweets by multiplying the number of sweets by the number of packets. That's how we can find the sum of all sweets. And for us to find the number of packets, we are going to add the values in the column of that of frequency. We are going to add all those values because those values are the number of what? Of packets. So we can just add those numbers to find the number of packets. Now let us start with the mean. The mean is equal to the sum of all sweets divided by the number of packets. And then the next step, we are going to find the sum of all sweets by multiplying the number of sweets by frequency. So we are going to multiply 20 by 2. Why? Because there are 2 packets with 20 sweets. So for us to find the total, we need to multiply the number of sweets by the number of packets. So 20 times 2 plus 21 times 4 plus 22 times 8 plus 23 times 1. So if we multiply, or if we do the calculation, we are going to find that the sum of all sweets is 323 divided by the number of packets. So we are going to add 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 1. So the answer is 15. So if we can divide 323 by 15, the answer is 21.53. So that is the mean of this particular data. Now let us continue. We have to find the median. Okay, remember, for us to find the median, we need to arrange the given data in order. So it can either be ascending or descending order. It doesn't matter. So after arranging the data in order, you are going to identify the middle number. So here, let us see the table is there on top, number of sweets and frequency. So we have 2 packets with 20 sweets. We have 2 packets with 20 sweets. It means the 20, we are going to write 20 twice. Why? Because we have 2 packets with 20 sweets. So we are going to write twice. The same thing will be applied to all remaining what? Remaining values. So we have to write 20 twice, and then we have 21. We have 4 packets with 21 sweets. That means we are going to write 21 4 times. And then we have 8 packets with 22 sweets. That means we are going to write 22 8 times. And then we have a packet with 23 sweets, so we are going to write 23 once. Now, after arranging the number of sweets in order, we are going to identify the middle value or the middle number of sweets. So we are going to find that the answer is 22, because 22 is the middle number of sweets in this given set of data. Now we need to find the range. How can we find the range? We find the range by subtracting the smallest number from the largest number. In this case, we are going to subtract the smallest number of sweets from the largest number of sweets. So the smallest number of sweets is 20 and the largest is 23. That means we are going to subtract 20 from 23. So the answer is 3. That means 3 is the range of this particular data. Now, our last thing is to find the model number of sweets. Remember, the mode is the value which occurs most often. So we can see that the number of sweets which occurs most often is 22. So 22 is the model number of sweets. So that's how we calculate the mean, median, range, and model number of sweets of this given set of data. So